Hello and welcome everyone. At the start of every season now on the Division 2, we do a video to take you through the current season's modifiers and explain them to you. And the reason we do this is just because some of them can be quite confusing. A lot of people have a lot of questions on how they work. So the idea of the video is to break it down for you, show it you, and hopefully answer those questions. So that's what we're going to do today with this season's new modifiers. Let's get straight into it. Let's take a look at them. So I really like this season's modifiers, by the way. It's called Divide and Conquer. That's the global modifier for this season, and we can see the description here. It's very straightforward, to be honest with you. Nothing to get too confused about here, but it says gain a rate of fire bonus for each contested name zone on the current map. You get up to 30% rate of fire, and you can gain a rate of fire and a weapon damage bonus for each name zone under complete shade control, up to 30% rate of fire and 30% weapon damage. It tells you right now where you're at on the map that you're on. I'm currently in DC. There's a total of 11 name zones. There's 7 of them contested. There's 2 that I control, and it'll tell you what your current bonus is. So because I control 2 of the zones on the map, I'm getting 27% rate of fire and 13% total weapon damage. It says the maximum bonus is the same on any map regardless of how many name zones it has. The per name zone bonus scales accordingly. So if we have a look at the map, just to explain this, I'm sure you already know, but here's the map of DC, and a name zone is something like this, East Mall. So because I've got all of the control points captured in that zone, that is shade controlled. It said I had another zone. If we head over here to Foggy Bottom, we can see I've got all 3 control points there done. So that's my second zone. Contested zones are the zones where you don't have control. So you can see I've got 1 green there, but there's 2 red. There's loads of red control points there. So all these zones where they're contested and I don't have all the control points green are the ones that are contested and the ones that I'm not going to be getting any buffs from. So if I want to get the maximum multiplier for this season's modifier, I'd have to take over all of the control points in every single zone. And in DC, that's quite difficult to do because of how many there are. If we let's head to the New York map first. It'll be much easier to do it here. So this is the DLC map for Warlords of New York. There's only 4 zones, and in each zone there's only 2 control points. So if I take over all 8 control points in New York, I will have the maximum bonus from the modifier. And then if we have a look at the Brooklyn map instead, that's even easier. So if you own the Brooklyn DLC, there's only 2 zones, and they each have 2 control points. So 4 control points in the whole of the map. If I take over all 4, I'd have the maximum bonuses there. And like I said, it doesn't matter on the map, the maximum bonus will stay the same. But yeah, it's just easier on the other maps because there's less zones and there's less control points. So if you want to feel that power and feel what the maximum power looks like, it's easier to do it. Well, it's most easiest on the Brooklyn. It's also easier on the New York map, but on the DC map, it is going to take you some time to take control of the whole map. And that's how the modifier works. It's as simple as that. Now, well, once you've got the bonus that you want, you can take that into any mission. You can do legendary missions with it. You can practically do anything on the map with it. When you're in Brooklyn, it does work in offsite activities as well. So it will work on like Army Terminal, on the main missions there, Art Museum, and the other one. I'm guessing in DC it will work for Countdown as well and the Summit, but it's not going to go into raids or the incursion or anything like that. So raids and the incursion modifiers don't work in there, as you know. You're not going to be able to take advantage when you're doing those activities. But offsite activities like Countdown and things should work. If you get all of the zones maxed out and you max out the stats, you should be able to go play a game of Countdown and take benefit, have benefit of them. So that's the global modifier. That's how that works. Nice and simple. We then have active modifiers. This season we have 5 of them, and there is something new about the active modifiers this season, and that's the fact that they can get leveled up. You'll notice that with all 5 of my active modifiers here, I've already got them all leveled up to 5, which is the max level, and we will take a look at that as we go through. We're going to start with advanced materials. With the advanced materials active modifier, the description says your skills gain extra skill tiers, and your signature weapons gain a weapon damage boost against regular enemies as per the table below. The boost boost is multiplied by 1.5 against named enemies. Additionally, signature weapons gain a rate of fire boost and a reload speed boost as per the table below and have unlimited ammunition. It's really good that I like that. Kills with signature weapons or skills add 3 seconds to the modifier's duration. And to level up the modifier, all you've got to do is eliminate hostiles while the modifier is equipped. So once you've equipped it like this, just play the game, eliminate hostiles, and you'll work on leveling it up. But also, if you complete retaliations against the True Sons, so the new retaliation feature, if you charge up the True Sons retaliation and keep completing True Sons retaliations, you'll get this leveled up as the quickest way. Basically, that's how I did it. I basically just focused on retaliations for whichever one I was on and then played them until I got them max level. The max level advanced material looks like this. The current level, so the signature weapon damage is 90%, RPM is 25%, reload there is 50%, skill tier is 6, duration is 55 seconds with the cooldown being 50 seconds. And at level 5, I got an additional bonus to this modifier. Specialization skills are overcharged for the duration of the modifier. So let's just very briefly show you basically how this one works in the firing range. I'm going to throw on a all red build. I've got gunner specialization, so we're going to use one of the gunner specialization skills, which is the pulse, the Banshee pulse. Now, I've also got the gunner, right? We've got no ammo in it right now. Notice that. Now, when I press T to trigger this active modifier, I am going to get 6 skill tiers. Now, the build right now has no skill tiers. So, automatically give me 6 skill tiers, which means my Banshee Pulse, because it's a specialization skill, will be at 6 skill tiers. And not just that, it'll be overcharged, sorry. My Hive will go to 6 skill tiers, but because my Banshee is a specialization skill, it'll actually be overcharged. I have an overcharged Banshee once I proc this now. And I'm going to have unlimited specialization ammo. It's basically what this is going to do. So we're going to press T. I can then use an overcharged Banshee. You'll notice that I've got 7 charges on my Hive there as well. And although I had no ammo, I've now got unlimited ammo on my specialization. And it's got increased damage of, I think it was 90%, was it? And reload speed's quicker and things like that. So that's basically what that active modifier does. You get so long to use it. And once it runs out, it'll go on cooldown. And then as soon as the cooldown's over, you can use it again. I think it was something 50-second cooldown. It's pretty decent, this one. I like it, especially for the minigun and any other specialization you kind of want unlimited ammo for, because you just don't run out of ammo. Really good. And the reason it wasn't running out there was kills with signature weapons add 3 seconds to the duration. So if you keep on killing with those signature weapons, it keeps on adding to the duration. Next up, we'll have a look at the next active modifier. So that was advanced materials. You then have sanitation. I really like this one a lot. So sanitation, you set enemies within a radius on fire. While the modifier is active, each unique enemy set on fire adds 1 stack of sanitation, which grants extra weapon damage to burning enemies up to a maximum. 2+ stacks for each enemy currently burning. You repair armor every second. And if you can get 3+ stacks, you get critical hits inflict burning on enemies. And that's what you want to get, because if you can get 3+ stacks of having 3 enemies within your radius when you set this off, you can then keep the burning going with crit hits, and you can just keep on getting kills to burning enemies. And why this is good is because we scroll down. Once you get this to level 3, 5+ stacks, each kill on a burning enemy adds 3 seconds to the duration. So you do want to get to 5 stacks, which means you need 5 enemies to get that 5 stacks. But then with that 3, you can just keep this going. You'll keep making the enemies burn, you'll keep on killing the burning enemies, and you can keep this going, the duration just over and over. And it's real good. Now, to level up this modifier, again, you've got to eliminate hostiles while the modifier is equipped, or you can complete retaliations against the cleaners. So it's the same as the other one before. This time you have to go against the cleaners, though. Unfortunately, if you don't own the expansion to the New York map or the Brooklyn map, you can't do retaliations against the cleaners, which means you're stuck to just putting this on and killing enemies, and it will take a while. I think it doesn't show you now how much it takes to level it up. It's 1,000 points per level, so 5,000 points in total. I'm not sure what you get per kill, but let's say it was 1 point per kill on an NPC. That's 5,000 kills to get to max level. I'm pretty sure it's not that. But yeah, it would take quite a while because it really does speed things up when you do the retaliations. I'd say if you don't own the DLC, get it. It's probably cheaper on offer. Unlock one of those maps, do cleaner retaliations, and you get it leveled up in no time pretty much. It doesn't take too many retaliations before this is maxed out. What the max stacks or stats look like on this when you do max it out, you get 7% damage per stack, 55-second duration, 45-second cooldown, explosion radius of when you set this off is 20 meters, max stacks is 10, repair per second is 110%, which is pretty decent. Let's have a look at how this works. We're at DUA now. We'll put it on heroic. I'm pretty sure I can get 5 enemies at the start of this, because that's kind of what you want. You want 5 enemies to get that stack so we can keep on burning and keep it going. We'll just run into the enemies. We'll press T. It'll set anything around me on fire, and then we can kill them. So that's what it initially does. This is now getting everything going. And like I said, hopefully... Oh, we only got 3 stacks there. So we will set them on fire when we shoot them. But because we're not at 5 stacks, let's see if we can just get up to 5 with this guy. Still on 4. Just keep on killing. If you kill burning enemies, it will put the stacks up. There we go. We're on 5 stacks now. So now it'll add to duration as we kill burning enemies. And we'll just keep on burning enemies as we get crits on them. We've just killed the first one. You can see duration's ticking down. Be quick enough. The stacks near the T there show you what stacks you're on. We can now just shoot these enemies, get these burning. Keep on increasing that duration. And you can keep this going quite a while. Obviously, you want... to, the more enemies, the better. But every enemy I crit now, I'm going to burn. I'll try and capture that here without killing him. See how he goes on burn? So, yeah. Every enemy I'm critting on, I'm burning. It's a bit of crowd control as we go. And the length of this modifier, we've still got 15 seconds left right now. If we had more enemies, we could just keep on shooting them, burning them, and keep increasing that duration. Keep it going. It's a real good modifier. And when it eventually runs out, it's not too much of a cooldown. I think it was it 45 seconds that it said. You got caught out then. Yeah, we've still got the modifier going. We press this at the start of the mission. The only thing that's let us down really is the lack of enemies, even on heroic. That's how it works. You'll set it off. You'll set things on fire. You'll kill things. And once it's done, 45 seconds, and you can do it all over again. So just to be a bit clearer there, as long as when you initially set this off, there's 3 enemies to get the 3 stacks, which enables you to get burning with crits, you can build those stacks up. If you only get 2 enemies, you don't quite reach the 3 stacks, you're not going to be able to set them on fire to build the stacks. So that's what you always want to kind of aim for, a minimum of 3 enemies when you set it off. We're going to move on to the next one now. So next one is Zealot, and this is my favorite. And I'll show you why on a legendary DUA at the start in a few moments. You do want to get it maxed out at level 5 to take full effect, but on activation you gain 20 stacks of Zealot, each one granting weapon damage and damage reduction boosts as per the table below. After 10 seconds you begin losing 1 stack per second, and the stack consumption rate increases every 10 seconds. Eliminating hostiles restores Zealot stacks. Upon reaching no stacks, there's a damaging EMP explosion. It's triggered at your location, leaving you at 1 health. And for each enemy hit by the explosion, you recover armor and health as per the table below. To level up the modifier, eliminate hostiles while the modifier is equipped, or complete retaliations against the outcasts. So same as the others, this one will be outcast retaliations. I just advise to keep on doing outcast retaliations until it's level 5. It shouldn't take you too long. At max level, you get damage reduction per stack of 10%. You get 20 stacks. So because you get 20 stacks, 10%, that's 200% damage reduction. I'll show you what that looks like. You get 5% weapon damage per stack. So that's 100%. 100% weapon damage, and again under 20 stacks. Cooldown once it is over is 50 seconds. Stacks per kill, so as you're getting killed you'll get 5 stacks back per kill. Recovery of the EMP hit is 30% on your armor per enemy, I think that is. The effects that you get at level 5, so once you reach level 5 on this, for each stack consumed, the EMP explosion's damage is increased by 2%. Now let's have a look at this one. You're basically invincible with it. So again, we're at the start of the UA here. We are going to do it on Legendary, and I am going to die because I'm just going to run straight in there to show you the invincibility. But you'll see how effective it can be. You want to, you know, plan this accordingly. It's a risky one because when that EMP goes off and as you start losing stacks, you will start taking damage. But what I'm going to do is throw on a glass cannon build. Okay, glass cannon, all red, glass, Legendary, right? We're going to run in there and we're going to proc Zealot. So as soon as I proc it, I've got 10 seconds of invincibility, okay? There we go. We're going to start killing stuff. Now, that 10 seconds of invincibility, it is going to start going down after 10 seconds. And as it starts going down, if I can keep on getting kills, I'll keep the invincibility. But I'm probably not going to keep on getting kills. As the stacks go down, I am going to start taking damage. And when I start taking damage, they're probably going to kill me. But the more kills I can get, the more I can extend these stacks and keep the invincibility is basically how it works. Here's the EMP coming in now. We just cleared the first area of the UA Legendary with glass cannon with Zealot. Now we're in trouble though because we've run out of Zealot, we've got no armor, and we got to wait for it to come back. But you can see the benefit of Zealot, right? That invincibility is awesome. We just cleared that chopper. We've still got 32 seconds left on the cooldown here. It's real good. It's dangerous. Like when that EMP goes off, it yeah, depending of when it goes off, it could leave you in a tricky position. It really can do. But if you can get Zealot back quite quick, then you know you can use it again. You're invincible again. You just kind of want to keep on getting kills. But yeah, we've managed to do the whole first area of Legendary DUA there, face tanking. And I think as we head into this next door, guess what we've got back? We got Zealot back again. So we're going to hit it. We're now invincible again, and we can just keep on going. The first 10... You kind of want to time this one. Like, the first 10 seconds, you're not getting a reduction. So you kind of want to leave kills for when that 10 seconds is up and it starts going lower. Because it's counting down now. We've got plenty of kills to keep it going, which is good. But that's what's going to get you when you use Zealot, basically. If it starts ticking down and you've got no kills to get, well, you're in trouble. Because it's those kills that's going to keep the stacks up, that's going to keep the invincibility. You see I've lost some armor there, but managed to get enough kills to stay going. And all red glass cannon just survived all of that. It's a pretty decent... it's a pretty decent modifier. It's my favorite. It really is. If you time this well and plan this well, like I could probably wait here now for the 30 seconds to be up and clear the next area with Zealot. And yeah, or I can run in here and probably just die. But you could probably solo Legendary, quite a few Legendaries by timing this well and just being invincible most of the way through. It's awesome. And again, it's quite important that you're at level 5 there because it's giving you the 10% damage per stack with 20 stacks. When you start Zealot, I think it's only 5% damage reduction per stack and 15 stacks. So you like at level 5, I'm on 200% damage reduction. So when that starts ticking down, I'm still above 100% damage reduction. Whereas when it's a lower level, as soon as it starts ticking down, you pretty much go underneath the 100% and start taking damage straight away. So it's not as effective at the lower levels. You want to get this maxed out as soon as possible. Lucky enough, it's not attached to a DLC. You can do this in DC with Outcasts, and that you've just seen how effective it is. It's amazing. So moving on though, we've got more. We have spiced up, and there's quite a good build that works with this. When I first used Spice Up, I was like, this is awful. But then when someone reminded me, I think it was Theo, shout out to Theo, he reminded me I had this rugged glove build, which was built for blind firing. This and the rugged glove build goes hand in hand. Now the description is all of your armor is stripped. For the duration of this modifier, you cannot aim down your sights or repair your armor. In return, each successful hit on an enemy adds a stacking weapon damage bonus and recovers some health. You also gain a boost to health, reload speed, and movement speed shown in the table below. And again, to level up this modifier, eliminate hostiles while this modifier is equipped, or complete retaliations against the hyenas. So that will be the quickest way to get to level 5, hyena retaliations. Now the stats at level 5, you get 1,900% health, damage per stack is 1%, reload speed is 90%, movement speed is 20%, the duration is 20 seconds, and the cooldown is 20 seconds. At level 5, when you press the input again, or when the timer ends, you'll replenish armor proportional to your current health. So we're going to try this on a legendary DUA again. I'm not sure how this is going to work, or if it's going to work at all. And to be fair, it's my least favorite one out of all the active modifiers, and it's one I'm probably not going to use, but we'll show you how good it is, and it can be quite good. How you want to use this really is in defense. You're not really using this for offense. You're going to use it for defense, and you're going to use it when you are in a sticky situation, because that's what it's aimed for. It's aimed to help you get out of a sticky situation. It's kind of why I use this build. So I mentioned the rugged glove build. This rugged glove build gives me a defense when I need it, and it's the same build as I just used with the zealot modifier, but I took the Exodus gloves off and thrown on the rugged gauntlets. It basically improves my blind fire. I'm a hip fire, but I only use it for blind fire. It's 4-piece strikers, glass cannons, all red, and when I'm in trouble, what the rugged gloves enable me to do is just to sit there and blind fire, and it's good accuracy. I can still do good damage, but I can do it while staying in cover. And that's basically what this modifier is for, in a way. Like, you can run around and hip fire if you want to, but you'll be very vulnerable. But it allows you to sit in cover, blind fire, and increases your damage and everything, and it'll basically give you health back while you're hitting things. So it's to be used to get out of sticky situations. That's what it's for. It's not really for offense like Zealot was, when I'm going to run into a crowd of enemies and proc it. Same with Sanitation, run into a crowd of enemies and proc that. It's not for that really. It's for defense. So I'll quickly show you what it does. We're going to run straight in. We're going to proc it. It'll take away all of our armor, because that's what it does. And we're going to blind fire. So I'm procced. Armor's gone. And we're just going to blind fire now. And as long as I'm hitting something, I will be healing myself. And you see, I had no armor there, but I am surviving all those explosions. Look at all that health. That was actually quite good. And then to heal my health back, I can just hit something, and my health comes back. It's kind of what it does. And it just gets you out of a sticky situation. Now, I've ran out of that now. I've no longer got the benefits. So I can ADS now. Well, while you've got that active, you can't ADS. So that's how you kind of know when you run out. You'll see your armor come back, but also you can start aiming and shooting again. And I've nearly already got it back again. The cooldown's quite low, so I'm still in my sticky situation. I can do it again, lose my armor, and get back to shooting people again. And I can't ADS at this point. I'm pressing aim. I can't ADS. But this is where the rugged gloves come in, because if anything's anywhere close to you, it increases all that accuracy, and your blind firing is quite strong. And you can kill even from that distance there. It's kind of getting them, which is cool. You want them a little bit closer, to be honest with you, but we're taking them out. And already it's over again. And we got 14 seconds left now before we can use it again. So we can aim at this point. But we don't have the survivability aspect of it at the minute. So if we get hit by the amount of grenades I just got hit by at the start, we'd be dead. But all those grenades with glass cannon kind of shows how much health you got with it. So even though you got no armor, you are quite tanky. But I wouldn't have survived if I ran in front of them, you know. I would have probably died. But we're ready to hit it again if we want to. We've got a chopper coming in. Maybe we'll go in and try and hit it. We're low on health, so we're going to hit it. We've just procced it. Bring our health back now just by blind firing them and getting some hits on them. And yeah, it's basically that modifier. Like I said, it's very defensive. It's not really an offensive one. Probably not using it in the right way here, but I am showing what it does. That's the main thing, right? We are showing you what it does, and look how good it works with the rugged gloves when they come in line with you. Oh, I'm guessing it just ran out because that grenade just murdered us. But yeah, works great on a rugged glove build. Probably not the best play style, and I imagine this is probably one that people are not going to use out of all of them. But it is like, it is pretty decent as a defensive aspect. Like when you are in trouble, to be able to hit it and have that much health and then just keep on shooting things to just keep that health up is kind of what it's intended to do. And then with that, there's one more. The Seichis. I really want to make a build around this one because it's all about blind and status. And I used to have an all red ongoing directive build with status effects as well. I'd have crit damage and status effect rolled to every piece. It was a PlayStation build I had. maybe still have. But I never recreated it on PC. I'm going to recreate it. I think this would go great with that build. The description of Say Cheese is you blind hostiles in a cone in front of you, as per the table below. Holding a shield when triggering this modifier increases the range and radius of the blinding effect. Eliminating blinded enemies reduces the cooldown of the modifier. Again, to level this up, have this active, kill hostiles, or you can level it up as well. You get bonus level up by doing retaliations against Rikers. So again, this is attached to a DLC. If you don't have the New York map or the Brooklyn map, you can't do retaliations against Rikers. So it is going to take you a while to get this to level 5 just by killing NPCs. So it might be worth buying the DLC to get it done quicker if you like the looks of it. The table looks like this. The cooldown is 20 seconds at level 5. The range of it is 30 meters. Radius is 100 degrees. The range with a shield is 40 meters. Radius with a shield is 130 degrees. And the cooldown reduction is 2 seconds. So if you think about it, the cooldown is 20 seconds, but for every blinded enemy you kill, you'll knock 2 seconds off of that. So you could potentially blind kill if you kill enough enemies, or you can at least do it very, very quickly. When you get this to level 3, you do unlock this perk here. Eliminating hostiles while using a shield reduces the cooldown by a further 1 second. So if you can do it with a shield, it's going to be 3 seconds per blinded enemy that you kill. But then also, when the blind runs out or it's on cooldown, they don't need to be blinded with that. You can keep on killing with a shield to bring that cooldown even quicker. We're not going to do legendary on this one. I'm just going to throw it on heroic. I don't think... Well, this could be a legendary talent, but not solo, I don't think. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to kill anything. I'll probably die if I did it on legendary. Heroic. We're going to show you how it works. We're going to run in here. We're going to get the shield out while we do this as well, so you can see the cone size. But there's some enemies in front of us. We get the shield out, and we hit T. And everything in that cone there is blinded. We can then kill them while they're blind. And yeah, the blind doesn't last long, though. And that's why I want to get that build on. The blind's already ran out. So it's on cooldown now. If I get the shield out, I can get it back quicker by getting kills, because that level 3 perk. And I've already got it back. I can now T again. It's going to blind everything in front of me, and we can kill them. The more I kill while they're blinded, the less that cooldown's going to be. It's already just at 6 seconds, and we can go again. It's one you can just keep on using. So my idea of like a status effect build with this is that the blind will last longer. That's without the shield. You see how the cone was there without the shield. But you do want the shield out when you're doing it. It's a bigger cone when the shield's out. You're getting more cooldown when the shield's out. But yeah, with a status effect build, my idea is that the status will just last longer. The blind will last longer. I assume that's going to be the case. And this could be quite OP, because if you're going to be blinding... You've seen the cone size. If you're going to be blinding all those enemies in front of you and then just getting it back instantly because you can get all the kills on them, it is going to be constant blind. Look at that cone. It's going to be constant blind, and all those kills with the shield. As soon as the blind's up, if you get the status effects right, I've already got another one to use for the next spawn. I could just go through missions, blinding everything. And this might work well on a solo legendary. I don't know. It could do with the right build. But even if I'm doing like legendaries with my squad, this is going to be like a DPS crowd control. Like, it's really good. I like it. Say Cheese is pretty decent. And I think with the right build, it's going to be extremely powerful. And that's everything for your active modifiers and how they all work. I think they're brilliant. Like I said, Spiced Up, I don't really like. I'm probably not going to use that. Advanced Materials is probably my other least favorite. Don't really like that one. Yes, you get skill tier 6. Yeah, you can have an overcharge skill, but meh. Sanitation, Say Cheese, and Zealot are my favorite ones, and they're the 3 I recommend to play with and get them maxed out straight away. However, you got your own mind. You might like Advanced Materials, you might like Spiced Up, do as you please, but they're the 3 that I recommend using. It's now over to the passive modifiers, and we have 2 sets this time. We have Universal passive modifiers, and we have Faction passive modifiers. So let's start with Stepping Stone. With Stepping Stone, eliminating assaults with headshots is going to add hollow point ammo to your magazine. Hollow point ammo basically increases your damage when you've got that ammo. But the biggest question I've seen with this is, what is assault? What's assault enemies? Who am I shooting? Who am I killing? Again, if we just go to DUA and heroic, an assault enemy is your standard enemy. And by standard enemy, I mean they're not a grenader, they're not a healer, and they have no real icon above their heads. They're not. There you go. So that's a sniper. That's not an assault. That's a shield guy. That's not an assault. That guy is an assault, just with that one chevron above his head, okay? So if I headshot him and kill him with a headshot, I get hollow point ammo. You can now see I have 50 hollow point ammo rounds, and I get increased damage. So that's what they are, and that passive modifier is what it does. So if you see any of those assault enemies, just make sure you get headshot kills on them, and you're going to give yourself hollow point rounds. Next is keep out. For this one, shooting a rusher from within 10 meters staggers them. When this happens, you gain 20% movement speed. That boost lasts for 10 seconds. I'm not going to show you this one. A rusher is basically an enemy that rushes you. This can be a shotgunner. This can be one of the huggers from Outcasts. And with hyenas, it's one of those with like the masks on. They try and hit you with a stick. They'll be rushing you. They run at you. If you shoot at them within 10 meters, it's just going to stagger them. Like I said, you get movement speed. Rupert's Tear, this one I am going to show you. This is my favorite passive modifier there is this season. When you break any piece of tank's armor, all other armor pieces are broken. When this happens, you apply bleeding to enemies within 15 meters of the target. So I've just come to Lincoln Memorial. We have a tank. Accidentally shot his backpack and destroyed some of the armor, but I can still show you how this works because he's got all his armor on still. I destroyed his tank. It exploded his chest. But imagine he's got his tank on there. He's got his chest still, and he's got his legs, his arms, his helmet. All you've got to do is destroy one piece of his armor, and it's going to take his whole armor off. So we're going to destroy his leg armor. Okay, and watch this now. It makes him naked. It's brilliant. And that's what it does, Ruben says. So any tanks with armor on, you can just shoot them, destroy one piece of their armor to strip them of all their armor. And they're just so easy to kill then, because it's all health, right? Just kill them. It's real good. I like it a lot. Now there is, if we head over to the specializations, what you want to do is if you go to specializations and go to Gunner and check out the field research, there's a tricky one. On the bottom one here, there's turn to stone, and you got to destroy all of Basilisk's armor before defeating him on Roosevelt Island. Can only be completed on normal or harder difficulties. So start Roosevelt Island. He's about midway in. It's named boss. He's a sledgehammer guy. On legendary, it's a bit where all the warhounds are, but it's kind of like towards the end, a bit over midway, I'd say. But anyway, you face a named enemy called Basilisk, and you've got to take off all his armor. It's a bit of a nightmare. With this, it's going to be easy. Just destroy one piece of armor, all of his armor will go off, and then you can defeat him and you can get this ticked off. So if you haven't done this yet, this season is the time to do it. Go and do it now, because this was a very tricky one to get done, or just very annoying. But yeah, that's most certainly one of my favorite, or if not my favorite passive modifier this season. Moving on, we got Compromised. While you're in cover, your headshot damage against snipers increases by 100%. If you hit a sniper while they are in cover, they are forced to exit cover. Won't show you that one, self-explanatory. Batter up, any grenade within 5 meters of you is destroyed. This is another one I really like, but it's only every 30 seconds. So it's got it, once one's destroyed, it's 30 seconds before another one is. This could be very handy, especially on legendary when they grenade spam. At least you can survive one of them. But while in cooldown, the radius of your grenade does increase by 100%, which is pretty decent. I want to see what something looks like with maybe the Collector exotic chest piece or Mad Bomber, which increases the grenade radius. If you can survive one of these and get another 100% radius, it would look insane. In fact, someone did send me an image of this that I want to show you. So this image here is from Incoming. Thank you, Incoming, for sending this across. This was on the PTS. And this was the Batter Up passive modifier plus perfect Mad Bomber chest piece and flashbang. So when a grenade was soaked up and he got 100% radius, just look at the size of the radius on that flashbang. There's certainly some fun to be had with that for sure. That radius is huge. But I think most importantly for me is just the ability to soak up a grenade every 30 seconds. I kind of like it. It's a good one. Next, we have the faction category, and we have 5 faction passives, and these are only going to work against certain factions. This first one here, Unfriendly Fire, is going to work against hyenas. Hyenas that come with shields. If you shoot a hyena shield, it's going to deflect your bullets, dealing 50% of that damage to each enemy within 10 meters of the target. Pretty cool. If I'm doing like hyena retaliations or hyena missions, I'll throw this on because there's quite a lot of them, and I like that. It's like having turmoil knee pads in a way. That's how that one works. You have Quicksand, which is for True Sons. Breaking and immobilizes weak point applies foam to all enemies within 20 meters of the target. A True Sun immobilizer is the one that have those foam guns. They have a big tank on the back. You can destroy the tank. Foam will go everywhere within 20 meters. Scorched Earth is for Outcasts. Breaking a Scorcher's gas canister inflicts burning on all enemies within 7 meters of the target. They burn until they die. I am going to show you a clip of this one because this one's I can't. This one's awesome. This again only against Outcasts. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so I'm on Roosevelt Island and we got a Scorcher here. Scorcher has the flame above their head. I know the weather's bad here, but it's that flame. They basically got a flamethrower. They've got a tank on the backpack you can make explode, and that's what you're aiming to do. If we can explode that, the enemy and any enemy within 7 meters will go on fire, and that status will last until they die. So that's what we're gonna try and do here. In fact, to guarantee it, what we can do so we don't mess up is just throw a demolisher on, and we'll get it done that way. And then we'll kill the rest of the enemies and just show you how this works. So we're going to throw the demolisher just at that weak point there and make them go on fire, okay? Hopefully they do too. There we go. Both of them are on fire. We'll clear up. And you'll see, they're just burning to the death. He'll keep on burning too, but he don't really care about it. I'm actually going to get rid of him because he does not care about that at all. We'll take it down as well. I think they're about to die over there. But just look at them. They keep on burning. They just keep on burning. Unfortunately, the tank didn't get affected by the burn, but they'll burn to the death. It's real good, and like it takes ages sometimes. So if it's an elite enemy, it will just take ages. You could just watch them go all through the armor. It will not stop burning. They'll keep on screaming. It's like you're torturing them. Massive actually put this into the game. You can just torture NPCs by shooting that and watch them burn if you want to. It's quite cruel, to be honest with you, but pretty fun at the same time. Shame it didn't work on that tank there, but that's how that one works. And then moving on, we got Mismanagement. This is for Rikers. So when a leader is eliminated, all enemies within 80 meters that were affected by the leader's overheal suffer bleeding. We'll go over the enemy modifiers in a moment, but basically there's some overheal that they can do. And a leader is any named enemy. So if there's a named enemy like at a control point or something like that, or retaliations when you're doing those control points and there's leaders, if you eliminate them, 80 meters is quite long. If there's anybody with bleeding, they're gonna so with overheal, they're gonna start suffer bleeding. Upon eliminating the leader as well, you gain 20% bonus armor. And finally, Bad Reception. This is for cleaners. Destroying a controller's drone will break the controller's weak point and shocks the controller and all enemies within 20 meters of them. So with the cleaners, the drone is what they throw up. It comes at you, it drops incendiary grenades on you, and you go on fire. That's those enemies. Just shoot out the drone and shock enemies within 20 meters of the controller, and you break their weak point as well, which is pretty cool, so they can't throw out any more drones. And that's it for the modifiers. Your global modifier, it's your active modifier, or the passive modifiers you can use. And like I said, finally, there are some hostile modifiers. And the hostile modifiers for this season look like this. These icons will be above their head when they have them. We have Out of Mind. So if you see this icon above one of their heads, that enemy, after taking no damage for 5 seconds, the affected enemy gains 10% movement speed and 15% rate of fire boosts that increase over time up to 20% movement speed and 30% rate of fire. Damaging the enemy will remove the boost and restarts a timer. If you see this icon, the affected enemy applies a 5% outgoing damage boost to themselves and their allies within 10 meters. Each additional ally within 10 meters increases the boost up to a maximum of 30% outgoing damage. And then the last one is this icon, Overwatch. The affected enemy gains an overheal equal to 2 times their base health while they have a gadget deployed. Destroying the gadget removes the overheal. So they're the 3 things you're dealing with in terms of hostile modifiers this season: Out of Mind, Wedge, and Overwatch. And with that, we're at the end of the video. That's my modifier breakdown video for this season. I think they're very good this season. The Zealot one's very overpowered and risky at the same time. Suits my playstyle to a T. Rupert's Tear as well, another favorite of mine. There's some real good modifiers there and passive modifiers for this season. I hope you enjoy them as well. I hope I've covered all your questions you may have had as well and explained how each of them work well enough. But if you do have any questions, comment down below. I'll get back to you. I'll help you with anything that you need. Don't forget to like the video. Comment any of your thoughts down below. Also, what you think about these modifiers. What are your favorite modifiers to use? What builds are you using them with as well? Because some of these modifiers this season that definitely could be tailored to a certain type of build, I believe. So I reckon there could be some good builds matched up with some of these modifiers, like that status effect one I was talking about. I can't wait to try. It'd be interesting to read through what ideas you have. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more content from myself as well. But we're done here. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.